Hey everyone, welcome to Sunday Night Dead. Matthew Slozer here from Autumn Moon Paranormal in beautiful Winston-Salem, North Carolina. We'll give some time here for folks to sign on tonight. Haven't been on in a while. I've been out of town a lot, and actually, since Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve falls on Sundays the next 2 weeks, probably won't be on unless I do some non-Sunday night shows. So I wanted to at least squeeze one on tonight. And what we're going to do tonight is, I'm going to break my rule. I'm sorry, I got a lot of cords here that I'm getting tied up in. We did a lot of experiments in this house, which folks that have followed the show for a while know that this is a pretty active location, the house that I live in. And then we had some really dark stuff going on, and I did some cleansing, and it's been quiet since then. So this is probably really stupid for me to do, but I decided we go ahead and do some experiments in the house tonight because I got a new device, or I built a new device. And again, this is not... I do this whole show as kind of like a experimental journey on things. I'm not saying things work or not. So we've done so many shows with the Phasma box. I wanted to show you quickly. Hopefully you can see these things here. This is what they call a portal. So what the deal is here with the portal is, and if folks don't know what a portal is, I'll give you the background hack behind it. Is basically it is two guitar pedals, and I'm not a musician, so I'm probably going to misspeak these or misconstrue these, but it's a noise gate which helps kind of tone down the background noise on things, and then there is a kind of a reverb pedal that helps kind of my understanding is it kind of slows things down. So what you do with the setup is you take like an SB7, and on a future experiment, I'm going to take the Phasma box and run this through this. But you take the SB7 and you run it through these two pedals, and the one pedal decreases the background noise. The other one kind of slows it down, and you get less interference, and supposedly you can hear some more things. Now, I haven't done a whole lot with this so far. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm in ADD mode today with cleaning my glasses and all this stuff going on. It's been a very busy day today. Hey, Ruth, happy to have you on here. Everyone, Pepper, everyone that's been on, happy to have you guys on as we try this. I don't know how well this is going to work tonight, but, we've done the Phasma box before. And so I've played this around with this a little bit. I bought it right around, or I got all the parts right around Thanksgiving. And I only ran it for like 5 minutes, and I got some really crazy stuff like Matthew, help me, some weird stuff. So I decided to go ahead and do a live show with it. And the reason why we do these live is just to see whether this works or not. Be something else if I ran hours of evidence and then, kind of set up a show to make it look like we got lots of good stuff. So we will see what happens here. So I'm going to start. And this should be loud enough that you can hear it. So I guess the first test I'm going to do is I'm going to play around with the adjustments here. So I want to hear confirmation from someone in the chat that you can hear this noise. Someone please let me know in the chat you can hear this. All right, thank you, Pepper. I'm going to turn it down. So that first pedal kind of downs all like the background noise, and we should still be able to hear some stuff. It's basically... All right, so we'll see what we can hear here. I have no idea what we're going to get. This could be a total bomb and we shut it down. But that's why I want to do these shows, is because it's experiments. It's not showing everything works here. It's trying to see whether this stuff works or whether it doesn't. So just so you all know, I have an SB7 that I'm running. It's on 250 is the speed setting, reverse on FM. I will add, it's very interesting. And I noticed this when I worked with some other folks with this device. It seems to work with FM, but not AM. And I don't know why. So that's something I want to dig into more. So, here in a little bit here, can I get a matte or a high matte? Sorry, I can't understand you. Let me try slowing you down. All right, I slowed it down to see what it will do. All right, I had a request to ask for a Jason. Ruth would like to talk to Jason. If you're here, can you please say hi, Ruth? Now I'm gonna keep playing around with this. Can I hear a hi, Ruth? We played around with one of these on the Battleship a couple weeks ago, and it was crazy. We got there's a story, Battleship North Carolina. There's a story of a it's a long story, but basically I'm just going to summarize it really quick. There was a guy who was a firefighter that got trapped, and his dog stayed with him. He got everybody out of the building, but he died, and the dog stayed with him. And we were getting lots of fire, get out, go away. And so I thought maybe it was related to this story. And so we had a similar device. And I asked if, if this was somebody from not the Battleship, but across the river. And another member of the team that I was doing a tour guide that I was with knew the whole story. And they knew the dog's name. And so they said, hey, are you talking about, and I forget the dog's name now, but he said the dog's name, and we got on this. That's my dog. So it intrigued me enough with this device that I wanted to build my own. They're pretty easy to build. It runs about $100. You need an SB, or you need the Spirit Box or whatever you want to run through it. You need a speaker. Basically, you need the 2 guitar pedals and a bunch of connections. So we'll see. Hey, Steph, happy to have you on. I actually like my Phasma box better because you get more things on it. But in the spirit of doing experiments, we're going to try this at least for at least a half an hour to an hour. See what we get. Can I get a high mat? I'll add, because I always like to do discussions. If anybody wants a card while we're doing this. Yeah, Steph, it's really easy. It's I don't know if I can hold these up from where I'm at. It's like 2 guitar pedals, and then It's basically a speaker, guitar pedals, and then you need to get the cords to connect it. So I wanted to kind of experiment with it. It's really easy. And once you get all the parts in, it takes you like 5 minutes to hook it all together. So now, granted, I'll probably get some hate from some folks here, but, you know, folks do these things and they hook them up to boards and spray paint it all so you can't tell what it all is. And then they'll charge it for, you know, they'll charge you like $500 for them. But you can make them on your own for like $100. But is it even worthwhile? We're waiting to see if we get anything on this. I got some crazy stuff on Thanksgiving, but I only played it for like 15 minutes. So I want to see what happens here. What I have noticed when I've been playing around with this is, unlike the Phasma-Box, this is very choppy. You get like 1 or 2 words. That might have to be with the way I'm like playing around with the dials here. So we're going to experiment with it a little bit. I do like the Phasma-Box better. But the whole purpose of my channel is experimenting with different things and letting you, the audience, decide. So what's real and what's BS? Can I get a hi, Matt? All right, Steph, get your question because I'm pulling your card. All right. So I usually get sad when we pull good ones. I'm going to say ahead of time, Steph, I view this as a great card, the sun. So just picture the sun, enlightenment, light, sight. So whatever your question was, you will absolutely get that answer with crystal clarity. So whatever you're worrying or wondering about, whatever your question is, you will absolutely get that answer. The card itself isn't the answer. It's just telling you that you will get the answer. So hope that's helpful. If anyone's hearing me, can I get a hi, Matt? I'm hearing a lot, but you're hard to understand. And bear with me, guys, here. I'm going to play around with the controls here to try to optimize. I'm kind of new to this, so. All right, I'm going to experiment. There's 2 pedals on this. One slows things down. The other just changes the filters out the noise. I'm going to actually shut off the one that slows things down. We're just going to see what this sounds like. I'm just curious to see what this does. Hi, Nashoba. Pepper, I'll pull your card while we're waiting. Find it interesting that I turned off the one pedal and I'm not hearing any voices now. Okay, I gotta turn the other one on now just to see. Hi, Sil. We got a lot of people on tonight, so hello. I'm glad you guys are all on. This is an experimental show, so I don't know what's going to happen or not. I just built one of these portals, which is basically taking a speaker, 2 guitar pedals, and then your communication device, which in this case I have an SB7, and you run them through it and see what you get. So I have no idea whether this is going to be anything decent or whether it's all going to be junk. So I'm waiting to hear if we hear anything. So far, it's been pretty choppy. I'm pulling some tarot cards while we're waiting to hear from folks. So I'm going to pull one from Pepper here. All right, Pepper. I don't like the court cards, but this is a Knight of Swords. So swords is thoughts and ideas. And I would say the Knight's kind of like the teenager. So I would say it's kind of like action around that. So I'd say whatever your question is you need to act on whatever idea you have. I'll pull one for you, Nashoba, while we're waiting. So can I get a high mat? Just to let, again, I'm not asking you to do any tricks. I just want to make sure you can actually hear me. So I need some acknowledgement that we're interacting here. So a mat. Let's even just say mat, and that'll let me know. All right, I'm gonna keep playing around with this, guys. I'm gonna speed it up. What we'll do tonight is we'll just play around with the settings and see if we get anything different. Okay, so I hope I'm saying that right. Nashoba, have your question ready. Oh, wow. I like this card. My card for this is the Magician. So the Fool is the start of your journey. The Magician is like the second step of the journey where you're starting to get your kind of feet under you, knowing where you're going to go, but it's still very early in the journey. So whatever your question is related to, I would say that you are on a good path. You just need to keep forging ahead. I don't know about you guys, but I'm just hearing lots of noise. I'm not hearing like things that I would consider words. So I'm going to play around with this. I'm going to turn both pedals off and see what comes through. And then we'll try that. So can I get a high mat? So what we're doing right now is just... Yeah, Sylvia, it's really easy to build. It's just getting the parts, and it takes you like 5 minutes. Which actually bugs me. I mean, I guess it's a great business idea, but knowing that some people like put this stuff together and charge like $500, $100 and like 10 minutes, you can make one yourself. All right, so we're gonna try this. I'm gonna hit the first guitar pedal, which is the noise reduction. So we'll see what happens here. All right, I have it fully. Then we're going to start dialing down. Okay. Now I'm going to turn on the second pedal, which supposedly slows things down. But honestly, this pedal has a whole bunch of settings, so I'm still trying to figure out what's the best setting for it. Which, again, is interesting because these are guitar pedals, so... If I was a musician, I'd probably understand this better, what these different things do. Hello? Oh, that was a voice. Hello. We have a whole bunch of people watching you tonight. Is there anything you'd like to say? Steph, do I play guitar? I wish I could. No, I was actually always more inclined. I actually really wanted to play around with it. I messed around with some like bass stuff. That was kind of more my gig, but I'm not a musician at all. Although I'd love to play around with it. I've never used the pedals prior to doing this. But it's funny. I've seen some of these commercially out there, or not, like semi-commercially. And what they do is they take the pedal and they like spray paint it, so you can't tell what type of pedal it is. But basically, it's the two pedals in the SB7. I guess, honestly, I had my own SB7, so I didn't have to buy one. So I'd say, it was $100 for me because I didn't have the SB7. I mean, I have my own SB7. It might be like $150 if you had to buy your own SB7. So I'm going to take this out into some active locations and see what I get. So, like, the jury's still out on this. But partially why I'm doing this show, too, is to see, do you really want to do this on your own anyway? Because I personally like the Phasmabox better, and that is a computer program, and that costs you like $15. All right, I'm going to keep playing around with this. I'm going to switch it to AM, which in general I found. Well, all right, I got an answer. Hello, that's the first kind of voice I heard. Yes, Steph. Look up Phasmabox, and I want to say it's Extreme Senses. They're out of Portugal, and it's relatively cheap, and it works really, really well. Funny, I heard something here, and now it all got quiet. Was someone talking to us? Hi, can I get a hi, Matt? Just so I know you can hear me. There was something there, guys. It was quiet though. Hi, yes. Can I get a hi, Matt? How about this? It's close to Christmas. Can I get a Merry Christmas? No? Nashoba, it's a noise gate. This might make more sense to some folks than others. And my understanding there is that takes down the extra like noise that you get from like the SB7, and then the reverb to kind of slow things down. I'm using a Shark Chili is the pedal that I bought. But I'm not hearing a whole lot. Does nobody want to talk? I'm going to switch to AM here just to see. Again, this is partially why we do the experiments. So now we're on AM. I found, as interesting as it is, I usually do AM when I do the SB7 on its own. I found with this setup, which is really weird, I don't get anything that comes through on AM, but I do get things on FM. And that's kind of holding up right now. Yeah, in the show, but that's what I think might be the case. That's why I'm trying to play around with the settings on it. To be honest, I haven't optimized this. I'm kind of messing around with it live time here. All right, so the noise gate's set the way it is. Now I'm going to go through. There's a whole bunch of settings on the Chili. I'm going to mess around with that, see how it sounds. All right, I'm going to go back to FM before I do what Ruth asked me to. Okay, I was asked to use the name Twinkie and say if that is significant. That sounded like a help. Who needs help? I can't understand any of it all, but we got a lot through it. I'm going to say it again. Twinkie? Can you say hi to my friend Ruth? Yes? I'm sorry, if you're trying to talk, I'm having a hard time understanding you. Can you say it again? Ruth, if you heard something significant, please elaborate, because I'm only hearing very choppy things here, so nothing I would consider significant, so... Also, while we're messing around with this, I'll still pull cards if anyone's interested. if you can hear me, can I get a hello? There's a lot coming through now. I just can't make any of it out. All right, sounds like we got somebody talking now. Who are you? Or are you gonna get all quiet now? There's a lot there. I just can't make it all out. Hi. I heard a hey. Who said hey? What's your name? I'll say ahead of time on this, I do want to try this in like haunted locations, even though this house is active. But so far, I am way more comfortable with the Phasma box. I'm only hearing one word at a time, so just so that I know you're hearing me, can I just get a mat? Loud and clear, give me a mat. How about a good mat? That sounded like one. Can I hear that again? All right, I feel like we're starting to hear stuff now. Who are you? Can you let me know your name? Giving you an opportunity to communicate. Yes? There's some weird stuff here. All right, I have a request from Ruth to ask if Jason is there. But I need to hear the name Jason to confirm that. Excuse me. If I don't hear a Jason, I'm going to assume you're not there. Sound like an F-bomb. What I want to do for you folks, just so you know, we're getting like 2 inches of rain here right now, so it's a washout. Folks that know in, that direction, we have some property where we've had some weird stuff go on. So I actually want to set this up and do a like pre-recording in that area to see what comes through. I just couldn't do it today because it's been pouring all day. So I don't want to give up on this device, but the other thing I want to try, and I'll probably try this our next show, is I'll take the Phasma box and I want to run the Phasma box through this to see how that works. Guys, I'm not hearing a lot, and I won't stay on if there's not much going on here. So how about a hi, Matt? Something to let me know that you're hearing me. Come on. Well, that sounded like a Matt. Yeah, hi. Give me a hi, Matt. How about a hi, Ruth? Did I hear I'm ready? You're ready for what? Good idea, Nashova. Can you tell me what year it is? Tell me what year it is. What year? All right, I'll give you another one. Who is the president? Who's the last president you remember? Nashova, we're on the same page. I heard Dick. That doesn't help me. Who is the last president you remember? Guys, we won't stay on long if we don't get any answers. Who is the last president you remember? Yes. Who? All right. What year do you remember? Last year you can remember. I'm going to keep messing around with the sentence because I don't know what's optimal for this. Anything. I'm getting ready to shut this down if I don't hear anything interesting. Whoever's here to speak with me, I want to hear your name. Then we can talk. But I need the name first. Name first. Is it me or does it sound like someone's in distress right now? Is there someone in distress? Does someone need help? Do you need help? What do you need help with? What do you need help with? Notice how there was all that noise and then it got all quiet? Yes? Help? I heard a help and it helped me. Who needs help? What do you need help with? If I don't repeat it, it means I didn't hear it. So keep saying it. What do you need help with? I wish this could slow it down more than it does. Give me a name, please. Sorry, guys, this is why I do these as experiments, but I'm having a hard time understanding anything that's coming through. If you want to keep this conversation, I need something that I can understand. Can you give me a map? So I know you can hear me. Now, what I would do if this was an investigation, I'd have a recorder running, which I should probably do anyway, and then I'd go back and slow some of this down. There could be some stuff in this. It's just I'm not in real time picking it up. I'm having a really hard time hearing you. Can I hear my name? I have a request to shut these the pedals off. So we'll see what comes through. Hello. Can I hear a hi, Matt? All right, we're going to play around with this. I'm going to put the one pedal on, but not the other, and see what it does. Did I hear it? Did I hear a it's me? Who are you? Now I'll put the last filter on. So this gate kind of hits the background noise. So this is the lowest setting. You hear all that static? This is the highest setting. So what I want to do is kind of find where it's just starting to bleed through. And keep it very light. Hello? If someone knows Ruth, can we get a hi, Ruth? Did anyone else hear a get out? I swear I heard a get out. Nothing? Where do you want us? Where do you want us to leave? Nobody here is leaving. All right, well, we're almost at an hour. I'm going to go ahead and call this. So I'm happy for you guys being on with me. Hang on, we're going to do one more here. Just the noise gate. Ruth, go ahead and ask your question because we're going to wind this down soon. If you want to talk, you're running out of time. Ruth, go ahead. Type in your question. So while I'm waiting for Ruth's question before we shut down here, I'm going to say that based on my experiments, I get much better interaction with the Phasma box than the SB7, and certainly way better than this. I'm going to keep playing around with this, and again, this is why I do it. It'd be nice to do like just wonderful things and have videos to post when not only is something cool, but I feel like we get better credibility when we do these things live and we see what we get. So we're getting something, but it's nothing that I would consider credible. So we'll keep playing around with it. But we're almost at an hour, so I'm going to shut this down so I can get some sleep. And we'll do some shows. I'll probably do some shows since Sunday night falls on both Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. I'll try to do some shows on some off nights since we'll be on vacation. Nishoba's saying trade the compressor in for an equalizer. I may just do that. I just did this off of what I learned offline. That was one of the coolest things that's come through so far. But I'm going to play around. My next show, I'll probably play around with doing the Phasma box through this just to see what it does. And we'll go from there. But as always, I'm just going to shut this off. Sorry, folks. I'll shut this off so we can talk. As always, I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys have a great Christmas for those who celebrate. And I will post when we're going to do the next experiment. It won't be on Christmas Eve. but I'll try to work it in since I'm off the next couple of weeks. So again, thanks for joining me. We did the experiment. When I originally hooked this up, I was getting some really weird stuff on Thanksgiving, like Matt, help me, things along those lines. Really didn't get anything that I thought was really valid right now, but doesn't mean I won't keep playing around with it. So again, take care, everyone. Love you guys. Happy you guys are on and joining me tonight, and we will talk later. Take care.